Finding out that Levi contracted Lyme from me was initially, it was almost a relief to know what was going on, because it had been so hard not knowing what was going on. But then of course you feel a whole lot of guilt, of sadness, thinking that you did this really difficult thing, this really horrible thing, for lack of a better word. We've learned so much over the years talking to different patients who present with so many different symptoms. And the one common denominator is that nobody can figure out what they're going through, lots of misdiagnoses. So Levi and I both had a lot of flu-like symptoms. Is one thing that we had in common, were the fevers, the lethargy, the achy bodies, versus a lot of people talk about brain fog and not being able to tolerate sounds, lights, even electrical impulses sometimes bother people. As a mom, there's so much you want to do and so much that you need to do. So I think the hardest part was getting through the day of not having energy, of the demands on you and not being able to meet them.
I had a lot of fevers. I had a lot of bad symptoms that were probably more usual symptoms in like a flu or a cold, but I got them very regularly. It was hard for me to make good friendships, probably because I wasn't able to see as many people.
Getting from those really dark moments where we didn't even know what kind of illness we were facing, to functioning at very high levels now, is, I would say, just having the perseverance. It is hard to keep going when you're not seeing any changes. Both Levi and I, we've been really careful with our diets. We've done really aggressive treatments as far as pharmaceuticals. We've done a lot of herbal treatments, and it has definitely not been linear. There's so many ups and downs, and it can be really discouraging to see improvement and then feel like you've lost it. Obviously, we're sharing this in a short time, but this represents years of our life, and we're talking about 9-10 years. So finances were obviously very tough. A lot of treatments and testing, you pay out of pocket, and there's not a lot of help from outside resources, insurance companies. So a lot of that comes out of what would otherwise be a grocery portion of your budget. So that was definitely a stressor to always be balancing those things in your mind, of prioritizing. So for myself, I was doing really great treatments, working so hard. My diet was perfect. And I found that doing neural retraining was a huge help, that just through all the years of illness, of everything we'd been through, that my brain was really stuck in that fight or flight. So being able to calm that fight or flight methodically was a huge help for me. So I would just love to see more fine-tuning, more options for patients who are doing all the work, doing all the right treatments, all the right supplements, being super careful with their diet. What other kind of outlying factors can help those patients? I do wish that I could sit down and just hug all these mamas and tell them, I know how you're feeling. Don't give up hope. You're gonna get there. You're doing good work, and keep at it.